All right, a 1031 exchange. So this question actually came from Danny in one of my live streams. So I wanted to actually make a post on exactly what a 1031 exchange is, the basics of how it works, and how you can utilize it to actually save money and not pay as many taxes. All right, so we all hear about the 1031 exchange. So essentially, you can use a 1031 when you're selling a property and plan on buying another piece of property. Okay, so let's, in this scenario, okay, we have property number 1. Okay, so typically when you sell this property, all right, you're going to get money. So let's say after you pay the mortgage and all this stuff, you sell this property for $200K. All right, you owe the bank $150K. All right, so this means you're going to net, after everything, $50K. Now in a normal scenario, okay, if you were just selling the property, all right, your profit, this is the taxable amount. All right, so essentially, assuming that you've owned that property for over 365 days, you're going to take this $50K, all right, and you're going to owe about 0.2 of this to the government. Uncle Sam says, DJ, you did a great job. Give me 20% of that $50K. All right, so that's just short. That's probably right around, $12,000, $13,000, $14,000, something like that. Okay. Now, the cool thing in real estate is you can use a 1031 exchange and not pay Uncle Sam your 15 to 20K in taxes. So how do you actually save that kind of money? All right, so let's talk about the 1031 exchange and how it works. So the same property, okay, that you make 50K net, all right, and you plan on buying another real estate. Let's say we want to go something a little bit bigger, okay? We're going to have this property, a duplex now, going a little bit bigger, all right? And what we can do is we can say, hey, I want to take the profits, my 50K, and I want to put it into this. So that's when I'm going to trigger the 1031 exchange. So what I need to have is in, let's see, I think it's called a QI, there we go. Qualified Intermediator is what QI stands for. Pretty much this is someone that specializes in 1031 exchanges, and they're an intermediator, okay? And ultimately what they are is they are a person in between, okay? This profit, this 50K, all right? So you're gonna sell this property, and before you buy this one, you're gonna have this 50K sitting here, okay? The QI, or the intermediator, holds the 50K because that makes it that if I touch the 50K, now it's taxable income and I have to actually pay the government. But if I leave it with an intermediator, then they actually are holding that money in escrow for me and it's not taxable. So they're making sure that I'm not having any taxable events and they're protecting me. So I pay them, I hire them to do that. It's someone that you have to bring on in order to execute the 1031 exchange. All right, so I'm going to bring on my intermediator. I'm going to sell this property. Okay, again, sold this for 200K. Let's say that we're going to buy this one for 300K. All right, so I made 50K here. So instead of taking this, I'm going to take my 50K, put it into this property. So now all I'm doing is taking my entire 50K, putting it all on here, and none of that $50,000 is actually taxable because I put it back into another property. Now there's a couple rules that you need to make sure that we need to know. So that from me actually selling this property, I need to identify this property in 45 days. Okay? And then second, not only do I need to identify that and let the government know and let my QI, my intermediator, know about this within 45 days, secondly, I need to close on this property right here within 180 days. All right, so those are my two big rules. I need to identify that property in 45 days. I need to close on it within 180 days, or I'm going to actually have to pay taxes on this. All right, now there are a couple other rules that go along with this. These are the two big ones, but also you need to make sure that you have an intermediator that's holding your profits so it's not actually taxable to you. And there you go. We just saved $15,000, $20,000 on taxes using a 1031 exchange and increasing our cash flow by getting a bigger, more profitable property after selling our first property for a profit.